Technology is on the rise, and who knows how far it will go.
If my goggles don't deceive me, that's you sitting across from me.
I'm David Pogue, and on this episode of Nova Science Now,
Oh, wow.
I'm peering into the future to find out
He walks!
if robots can learn how to walk. Will they become our constant companions?
My dream is to have robots living with us in our home.
Could wearable robots give us superhuman strength
I can actually put my weight on the structure while you're wearing it,
Oh,
and you don't feel it.
and transform our lives?
The boundary between a person and robots is already starting to change.
And
My God! I can control this thing with my mind!
is it possible for a machine to read your mind
I am a superpower!
and reveal your innermost secrets?
The computer is correct.
What if all of our thoughts were public? Lying would go away. It's sort of like a mental nudist colony.
Where is all this leading us?
Domino bots.
I'm exploring the good,
So now you can walk? That's mind-blowing.
the bad,
Not every advance is progress. Not every new thing is better for us humanly.
and the not-so-pretty side of technology. All to find out,
Whoa, that's scary.
what will the future be like?
And he gave me a dirty look.
Up next on Nova Science Now. When we think about the future, one of the first things that comes to mind is the robot. Like those droids in Star Wars that tirelessly fulfill our every need. But how close are we to the sci-fi dream of robots that seamlessly fit into our world? Humanoid robots that look and act like us.
Your second round, sir.
Here at Virginia Tech, roboticist Dennis Hong believes that day will come only when robots master an incredibly complex skill. Something that's very difficult for them to learn, but comes naturally to us. Walking.
Oh, man.
So again, nobody's controlling anything, and if you look at his head, you can see that he's looking around. So he's trying to figure out where he is in the soccer field.
He may be short, he may be skinny, but he walks.
And can even kick a soccer ball.
Go!
Wouldn't it be simpler to build something with treads, like on a tractor or something?
It's a very good question. Some people say we can do things with wheels.
That's right.
But my dream is to have robots living with us in our home.
And to do that, they need to climb stairs, open doors, take out the trash, and clean up the dishes.
If you want to have these type of robots living with us in an environment designed for humans, then I say that the robot needs to be the shape of a human being.
So you're acknowledging that it's a much more difficult task
Yes.
to make a humanoid robot that walks, but you're saying the payoff will one day be worth it.
Absolutely.
Dennis hopes that in the future, humanoid robots won't just do the dishes. They'll do jobs that are risky for us to do,
Dirty, dangerous tasks.
like cleaning up after a chemical plant leak, helping people out of harm's way, or fighting fires.
Humanoid robots are really great for those kind of things. Real useful tasks and actually save people's lives.
How do you transform metal, motors, and microchips into a machine that can walk on two legs?
All right, so Dennis, this is your home robot construction kit.
Yes, this is the robot cooking show, as a matter of fact.
Cooking show.
You'll be making one of these. This is called Darwin OP.
Darwin is a pint-sized humanoid robot that Dennis created back in 2004. A research platform he uses to find out what it takes for a robot to walk on its own 2 feet.
This is all the parts you need.
Man.
And you are going to put it together today.
Yeah, right.
Are you ready?
No, this is not Lego, let me tell you. We'll start out with the M4.
To create Darwin, Dennis took his clues from nature. Number 1, he needs to see. As you walk, you use your eyes to assess your environment. Darwin sees the world through this tiny webcam.
Actually, the eyes, the big ones, are just fake. The nose is actually the camera.
Wait, so you're saying that all
nose.
this is just cosmetic?
Those are not the eyes.
Oh, you're such a...
We cheated.
Number 2, he needs a sense of balance. As you shift your weight from one foot to the other, your inner ear is able to sense the change in your position and keep you from falling. Darwin gets this ability from a sensor in this circuit board.
These two small things, these are the balance sensors, so it knows its orientation and direction.
Okay. Ah, that
So-
seems to want to fit right here.
Hey, you're good at this. You've done this before?
Thousands of times.
Even if Darwin can see and balance, he still can't move without muscles and joints. Number 3, your muscles are your body's engine. You can't move without them. Darwin moves with the help of actuators,
For each moving joint, we have one of these actuators. There's basically electric motor.
a motor that converts electrical energy into motion. And that gives Darwin the ability to move.
All right.
Yeah, you've done. Yeah.
We have arm!
Hey.
As for his sense of touch, he gets it from these 4 little sensors on the bottom of his feet. Hours later, I'm finally finished.
Tell me that's the last step.
You're almost done. Now you need to attach the arm to the rest of the body, and that's the last step. Hello, I'm Darwin.
It's adorable. I can already feel him seeking world domination and wishing his screws were done better.
Even though my robot's fully loaded, he can't walk yet because he still needs a brain.
And that's where roboticist Dan Lee comes in.
The first thing we're going to show you is how the robot uses its vestibular sense, which is its sense of balance.
Vestibular from the word vestibule, which is one of the things in our ears.
Exactly, inside your inner ear. And so without using its vestibular sense, what would happen if we pushed the robot?
All right.
It just will fall over and then get back up.
Wow, that's pretty cool right there.
So go ahead. Exactly.
Wow.
So now what we've done is we've trained this robot using something called reinforcement learning. So exactly what you just did, we kept pushing the robot over and over, and it was now able to figure out that every time it fell down, it was kind of a form of punishment.
When Darwin falls, his software gets an electronic signal that basically says, this is bad. After being bullied around hundreds of times, he finally learns it's better to do this.
Fall over. Oh no! So the hundreds of different reps are so that it can learn from this angle and this angle and this hard and this hard and this hard.
Exactly.
I
yes.
see.
Dan's even teaching his robots to learn through imitation.
We will rock you.
This camera detects my body's movement and sends that information to Darwin's software, which quickly translates it into a copycat movement of his own. You'd think with all of this sophisticated software, Darwin would be able to keep up with me,
Look forward. Oh, so sorry.
but he can't.
Just trying to make a robot walk stably is ridiculously difficult. I won't say impossible, because I don't like that word, but it's a very, very difficult challenge.
All right, so David,
Yet we're masters at it.
come on in.
Wow. What are
So-
you doing here?
And engineer Thurman Lockhart is trying to figure out why. He's built this strange-looking device to analyze not just how we walk, but how we avoid falling. And I'm about to try it out. But first, I need to suit up. Thurman's outfit is filled with sensors that measure how far, how fast, and in which direction I move.
Can't decide if I feel more like a superhero or a Broadway dancer.
Both. And we're gonna have to wear a headband as well.
This is just an elaborate prank to humiliate me on television, isn't it?
The little white balls are part of an optical motion capture system that instantly creates a stick figure of me.
Well, you can't tell from the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk.
Next, I'm put in a harness because it's time to take a stroll through Thurman's obstacle course.
Okay, that's good.
After walking back and forth several times, suddenly,
Oh, good.
The hell?
Did you feel that a little bit?
Did I feel it? He made the earth shake under my feet.
but check out what happens when I do this a second time. I handle the jolt much better.
Good.
My body and brain have already integrated thousands of pieces of information in a flash.
You ready?
That's because we have the exceptional ability to adapt to sudden changes in our environment. Walking is a skill that took millions of years for us to develop. And when you think about it, it still takes each of us about a year to go from floppy, to crawling, to waddling, and finally mustering the skills and courage to walk on our own 2 feet. And we never stop learning how to adapt to the many obstacles we confront every day.
So walking is not just more complex than I thought, it's much more complex than I thought. And if you wanted to design a robot that could walk as well as a person, I mean, this would be fantastically complicated software. I mean, it would have to be doing billions of calculations with every step.
It is amazing that we are able to do it almost innately and without really even thinking about it.
Dennis Hong hopes that in the future, his robots will be able to master this extraordinary human skill. And they're learning how to do it one kick at a time. Every year, hundreds of teams from around the world compete at RoboCup Soccer, a competition designed to foster research in robotics and artificial intelligence.
To make a autonomous soccer-playing robot, you really need to solve all the grand challenges, the really difficult problems in robotics. Robot vision, autonomous behavior, bipedal walking and running in the future. All of these needs to be solved to truly build a soccer-playing robot.
But what comes naturally to us comes a lot harder for Dennis's robots.
Domino bots. Think you're pretty good at soccer? I'm better. I can do this. Whoa, that's scary. He got right back up, and he gave me a dirty look.
Despite his robot's shortcomings, Dennis is optimistic.
By the year 2050, we want to have these type of full-size autonomous robots play soccer against the human World Cup champions and win.
You're gonna have robots playing humans, and you expect them to win?
Yep.
All right, here, $20. Here you go.
20 bucks, there you go.
While this may sound like a sci-fi fantasy, many experts believe that humanoid robots could progress a lot faster than we think. Sophisticated robots are already building our cars. Pretty soon, they could be serving us drinks and even doing the laundry. In Japan, where the aging population is growing faster than in any other country, researchers are developing robots to care for the elderly, from bathing them to moving them. And one day, they may even babysit our kids, a job that has always required a human touch. Sherry Turkle, a researcher at MIT who's written several books about the effects of technology on humans, is concerned about our future relationship with robots.
It's too easy to look at them and say, oh, they're not there yet. Well, they will get to something very powerful that we will want to hang out with. And then you have to say, well, where will we have gotten to? Why is that something that we want to develop?
And in the future, robots won't just be taking care of our kids. They may become a part of us, literally merging with the human body and transforming both of us into something in between.
Wow.
At Exobionics, they're developing a robot that could restore our ability to walk.
This is our exoskeleton. So you can see it's a robot that can walk and move without somebody in it.
Oh, man.
And this one's designed for paraplegics to get them up and walking again.
People like Amanda Boxtel.
Hi. You're breaking a few speed limits there.
In her 20s, Amanda was injured in a skiing accident.
I lost all sensation and movement from my pelvis down. There's nothing.
So crutches, no good?
No, I can't move my legs.
But in the future, that could change with the help of a wearable robot.
Wow, is it standing you up now?
Yeah, because I couldn't do that on my own.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. So now you can stand and you can walk?
Yes.
This I gotta see.
Let's do it. The exoskeleton is intelligent enough that it senses my center of gravity, and also when I shift my weight over to a foot, then it triggers another step.
So Amanda shifts her body like you or I would to take a step, and sensors pick up that intent.
That sends a message to this onboard computer, which tells the exoskeleton it's time to take another step. Right now, the exoskeleton works only on flat surfaces, but one day, these researchers hope Amanda will be able to use it anywhere, even walking upstairs. And they aren't just helping people like Amanda. They may help average Joes like me with this.
So David, here we have the Hulk exoskeleton.
Looks like a